Yo. I really wanted to make this video to talk about the difference between 17 and 20. Right now, I'm 20 years old, still in college, about to be entering my junior year, getting an apartment, not a dorm. I might get a dorm next year for my senior year, but I think this year I definitely wanted to try something new. I think the difference between now and me at 17 is I think I'm a lot more calmer. I take a lot more time to understand myself, and I think of ways of how I can respect myself more, and I can just live life, definitely be more mature, but make sure my priorities are in check, and really I want to say just making sure that I do things for me. I think naturally as a person I'm very nice. I try to be very nice. I try to treat people in a way that not only would I want to be treated myself, but I want to treat people as if they're, at the top, worth a lot. And that all depends based on what they give me as well. But in general, with people, I try to be nice and I try to be caring and forgiving as a person. And I think a lot of people should be that way because at the end of the day, it's all we have is each other. So try to make the best of it, but at the end of the day, there are a couple bad apples you may have to deal with, in a sense. But I think at 17, yeah, I was definitely more immature, but I think I had a lot of emotional security, even at that age. Regardless, my emotions would get out of check, or I would have moments where things got a little rocky, and naturally, I think I felt lost at the time, and I had no guidance of what I should do or where I should go in that sense whenever I felt that way. But at 20, I've experienced so much more that my 17-year-old self would probably look at me and be in awe, in a sense, wow, you've done that, you did this, or you found this person. I think I've definitely would have been a lot more prized at how I turned out. Not really money-wise, because I think at 17 I was horrible, even up to 19 probably. I was horrible with my money. I always treated money as something that comes and goes, but I think I let too much of it go at one time instead of saving up, which I should have did. But at 20, I understand the value of money a lot more, and I don't use my goals as something just to think about while it's summer and while I'm working and preparing for school. I'm actually trying to save my money. And I'm actually doing the things I've told myself that I would. Instead of just telling myself or thinking about it, I've told myself I'm going to do this, and I'm actually doing it. And so it's looking back, it's wow, I never thought that I would do something like that, or it took me so long to get here. But it's really through all the trials and errors, and at least recognizing that I may not be the best at this whole money handling thing, I'm actually trying. Maybe not trying my best, but I think trying in itself is a good reflection of you in that moment, I want to say. At 17, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life or how I wanted things to go. And I was just a go with the flow. And I still am a go with the flow type of person, but I try to at least handle the things that I do have to handle and make a decision. I think being indecisive about things and making decisions while you're indecisive and not while you're really unsure can really put you in jeopardy, in a sense. And for me, it was hard because it was I don't know even if I wanted to go to college. Do I want to go to college? I don't even know what I want to do while I'm in college. And, what's the point? I was making an early decision, maybe I shouldn't go to college because I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And that's the decision, some people can take and realize maybe I should like go and maybe take a gap year or take more time to myself to realize like, hey, I'm not in a rush, but I think that I definitely should maybe save my money and take a year off, see what that's about. But luckily I have my mom. I really respect her as a person, and she's given me a lot of good tips over the years, and she really advocated me to go. So I was like, all right, I might as well just go out and see what it's about, try to enjoy it, and try to at least do the best I can regardless with making that decision. And I think that ever since I did go, it's been a pretty enjoyable experience. I'd say it's definitely been a fun time. I've made a lot of new friends. I've met people who I can say are really original. And I don't want to just be like, oh, I depended on them, so they're good people. Like, I feel like I met a lot of like true friends. And it helped me realize like who are my actual friends. People who may want me to do things but only want to like use me for like certain things, or, people who genuinely care about me as a person and I can depend on. That dependency is a good perk for the afterwards. And at 20, I realized like nobody's really gonna wait for you to like be your best self, and you have to, except for you. And you have to actively like push to be that person you want to be. I think it taught me a lot about structure and discipline, definitely. And I think you do need, at least one of those in your life to achieve your goals, whether that be discipline with your money. I know a lot of people need discipline with their lust. And it's like, once you have that discipline, it's like you see so many new opportunities arise for you. Simply like just making sure to maintain yourself as a person. And I think for me, my discipline is working out, going to the gym, studying outside of class, setting certain times to study, making sure I go to bed at least 6 or 7 hours before I have to go to work the next day. Because I remember I had no discipline with my sleep, especially at 17. Being on the game all the way up until like 3 o'clock and then having to wake up at like 5 to get ready for school. Stuff like that, it's funny now. It's like I have the choice. I can still do those things, but it's like I understand the consequences instead of being like, dang, I feel so groggy and I'm pissed off at myself because I did something immature and I didn't have no discipline. It's like now I understand what it comes with staying up late or not having that discipline. And I can be like, I have nobody but to blame but myself. And so it's understanding the consequences and the gravities of certain situations that you may put yourself in or that you're going through. Those definitely matter, especially at 20. My food's here. But yeah, I'll be back. My food just came, so I'm about to go eat. Yeah.
Bro, look at this! Chilled with his dreads. I know, right? Let's just fly away. Is blood probably funky anyway, girl?